Steam Deck's just had one of the biggest price increases we've seen in a long time. So you guys know that that Steam machine is going to be through the freaking roof, and that's why there's cool alternatives like this.
Like a custom Steam machine we bought on eBay for $325. It features a piece of hardware we already showcased here on this channel, but it's done in a custom way with a 3D printed case. It looks kind of cool. Is it cool though? We're gonna unbox it and find out after a word from today's sponsor.
If you're the kind of gamer who spends most of your time playing competitive shooters, then you know just how important it is to have a good monitor. Your monitor makes as big of an impact as any other part of your setup, and that's why I want to talk to you about today's sponsor, Koorui, and their G2722P monitor. This is a 27-inch 200Hz 1440p fast IPS monitor built for competitive play. You get the speed you expect from a serious esports display, but without giving up the color quality and viewing angles IPS panels are known for. And for gaming, the G2722P really shines. With its 200Hz refresh rate, adaptive sync, and 1 millisecond response time, motion stays incredibly smooth, helping eliminate blur, trailing, and ghosting during fast-paced matches. It's also got excellent color performance with wide color gamut coverage, so games look rich and immersive instead of washed out. And for those longer gaming sessions, Koorui includes a fully adjustable stand with height, pivot, and tilt adjustments, along with blue light filtering to help reduce eye strain. And if you were to go around our office and ask, almost everyone would say 27-inch 1440p is the sweet spot for gaming. Pair that with a 200Hz refresh rate and IPS panel, and the Koorui G2722P becomes a no-brainer pickup if you need a gaming display. If you want to pick up one today or learn more, check out the links in the description down below. Big thanks to Koorui for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
So we did a video a while back on something really similar to this, basically the same thing, a BC250.
And the difference between this, obviously, and the one we did is it's ready to go out of the box. This seller took it upon themselves to get the BC250, do all the BIOS mods you need to do to be able to have that APU, which is very similar to a PS5, by the way, be able to game and run on Linux, and they made a PC that you can buy, and oh look, they included Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi and a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter.
So, that's a cool addition.
Yeah, based on the eBay listing, because I looked it over, it seems like this person really just almost took inspiration from some of those videos probably online.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it took inspiration from us, but maybe.
Maybe us.
And they made like a ready-to-go Steam machine with some cool customized features.
And it should have the operating system installed because most of the legwork you are doing with these is, oh gosh, well first of all, packing peanuts. Not a fan, minus 10 points.
Not too bad.
Most of the legwork you are doing is in the operating side of things and getting the custom BIOS on this to be able to unlock the APU to get more performance. But this 3D printed case is what's interesting because cooling it is kind of a battle because there's no real way to cool it because these were designed to go in a server chassis and have air blow through them. So you have to get a little creative with the cooling. So some people have made 3D printed cases and this is one of them.
Yeah, this is a really cool filament that I've been actually wanting to print with. It's a basically a color changing filament. So as it prints, kind of each little section, you got different colors. So I mean, they put a lot of time into this. So
there's a lot of details on it. That's pretty cool.
One like this. I mean, they definitely have a printer that's maybe Creality or Bamboo. They're doing some AMS printing because you can see here we have two different colors. All of this is a single roll of filament, and then they even printed the feet in it, which they didn't have to do that. They printed the feet in a different color with
Steam logos.
The Valve logo, or Steam logo, yeah. You can really see the BC250 right there. Makes it very obvious. And this is crazy. I'm realizing, is that like a lock, actually?
I think is it a lock?
Because it has this, so I'm assuming these are finger holds right here.
Maybe.
Oh my God, okay, there's screws. I was getting ready to destroy this. I'm glad I'm kind of feeling it out. All right. Let's, do we have a screwdriver?
We have a screwdriver. All right, so yes, we're not going to destroy it just yet. And one cool thing too, look, they even labeled all the USB ports on the back.
Wow.
So power reset, USB 2, DisplayPort, USB 3, and gigabit Ethernet, which is all the ports that comes on this.
And this is a pretty good amount of filament. I'd guess that this entire print is probably about a good half a roll. So that's probably about $10 worth of filament. Maybe a little more because this stuff can be a little expensive. I think now we should be able to swing it out. Oh, no, I have to...
Nope, there's some up front, too.
That
is the one downside. So what material do you think this is?
It's either PLA or PETG. They're like, durable, but you wouldn't want... It's not like metal. You definitely want to be careful. I mean, this is cool, yeah. Hinge design. That's interesting.
The fan is just kind of propped up in that corner. They added these little pieces right here so it can rest very nicely. Let's go and
it's funny, those Thermalright.
Yeah, they are Thermalright fans. So we have an exhaust fan here. This would be an intake going on to the actual board. I'd be curious to see what the temperatures are like on this because some of the mods that people have done, and I'll show you some examples on screen here, is they normally would cut open this heatsink to where you get direct access to the die to blow air on it because currently the only way you're getting air is kind of through the fins and out the back. So I'd be curious to see what the temperatures are like. Power supply wise, you got one of these flex power supplies, which is honestly perfect for this case.
I wonder if this is one of those like Apevia ones, or if it's maybe even like no-name brand, because we don't see.
They did some power modification here because that is not standard. Because the one thing that we always had problems with it is once you hit it to power, it just turns on. That's the only way you can do it is by jumping the power to get it on. So I'm assuming what they did is they had some sort of jumper layer with that power switch that basically jumps the 24 pin on and off to basically mimic a power switch.
Well, the other thing too with a print like this is, yeah, I mean, they printed each one of these sections are different pieces. So this is a total of like, I don't know, like probably 20 pieces. So, I mean, yeah, they went pretty all out on the print. It's a really cool design. I don't have any complaints about this. There's nothing that I see them like, oh, they could have done better. You know, I think it's pretty cool. I do agree with what Matt said. I'm curious to see what those fans actually do, because this thing could almost run passively, but it's like hot.
It's hot.
You really need air to go through those fins. I think just having the fans blowing at them won't do much, but maybe we're missing something.
Yeah, because that's the one you made a shroud for, the one we did originally.
And it didn't do much,
it didn't do amazing. Like, it helped, but it didn't do amazing. So when we get in the operating system that this has on it, which I'm assuming is either SteamOS or Bazzite, I think it's Bazzite because that's the one that works the easiest. It's basically like a rendition of SteamOS. If you haven't seen the videos on the channel, we've done a lot of it on Bazzite. It's a really good way to get a SteamOS-like interface on a system like this. If you guys aren't familiar with the BC250, you can watch that full video to learn the main specs, but the one right here comes with the 16 gigs of system memory. That system memory is saved between the iGPU and the RAM that is on here, and also you do add like an NVMe drive. They put a 512 gig in this. So for the price and the work they went through it, obviously BC250s are around $100, but they've gone up in price since people like us have made videos on them. They are a little bit pricier now, but this is kind of a cool solution. I guess let's just plug it up. This might be one where we want to plug it up to like a monitor and just see what it boots into before we get into gaming.
Yeah. And so we don't even have to, because I see that we, just like ours, we have a power button back here. Do we just not have to press that, you think? Or do we wait and see? Maybe we do.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. So it should go into the operating system directly or the setup screen. So typical.
With how much these things went up, I'm curious like how much they're really making, because that 512 gig SSD is what, like $100 almost now.
And even then, shout out to the seller. I did put in an offer on it too. They were accepting offers. It was originally $350, got it for $325, because the shipping cost I think was like $20 or something to ship it. So even then, like.
But how much is like a BC250 with no storage now?
Like $120, $130 maybe. So if you get storage, like a 512 SSD would be about $80.
So you're at
power
like
supply.
200. Well, the power supplies aren't cheap. I mean, it's probably like a $35. So they probably have like, I would say minimum $250 into this, and then the amount of labor. I mean, not only printing, but then putting all this together. This is something that some people may see and be like, oh, it's a waste of money. We see it, and when you do the math, it's like, no, the labor you have to put into this is crazy.
And here we are. We're in Bazzite, and it is funny timing. I've yet to watch the video. Actually, I've just been seeing stuff about it. There was a recent update with these where one of the YouTubers who've done a lot of content with this found a way to unlock the power of this a little bit more, actually get even more performance out of it, because it's still limited a bit. So maybe once we do our normal benchmarking, I can dive down that rabbit hole and see if that's something we could do, because if the cooling's good on this and we get even more performance with an easy little BIOS hack, that might be something we'll look into in this video, but don't quote me on that just yet. I want to look into it a little bit more. But at the very least, we have this set up and ready to go. Let's get into Steam. We'll get some games downloaded and actually test this thing out. You guys already know if I'm holding the camera like this before we get into benchmarking, there are some problems. And yes, there are some problems with our little Steam machine, unfortunately, that looks so cool when it showed up, but it's having a handful of issues that I don't really understand why it's happening. Let me show you what's going on. So the cool thing about the BC250 is it actually has enough hardware to run some pretty demanding games, and one of them being Cyberpunk is a game that should run okay. I know it's not gonna run amazing, but it should run okay. But we're having an issue where, as you can see, we're loading in, we're getting decent frames. Obviously, we're not getting very accurate temperature readouts right now. We're getting about 60 degrees here, 66 degrees here. GPU usage is broken. That's not really the fault of this PC. It seems to happen in Bazzite. Temperatures are going up on the GPU here. It's starting to rise a little bit. CPU usage is looking pretty decent, but as we're loading in, the one thing that's gonna happen here is we'll get into the menu and everything is looking good. We're running 1080p, running the Steam Deck profile with some higher settings. FSR's on, no frame gen, none of that sort of stuff. But what we go to do is hit continue, or basically load into the game. It loads for a bit, and then eventually, right about, watch it load in this time. Yep, as you can see, the frame time graph is locked up. The system just freezes up. And this behavior happens the same when it comes to Arc Raiders as well, but for some reason with Cyberpunk, it's just doing this. Now this is a game that should run on the BC250, and the same for Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is doing the exact same thing. We actually did our video on the BC250 a while ago, and with our very jank cooling methodology, it ran and it worked decently and it wasn't crashing. Could it be a bad luck of the draw with this BC250? Potentially. The seller did obviously warn anyone who bought this that this is an experimental piece of tech and you're going to need to be somebody who's willing to mess with it to actually get it to work in every single game, which I totally understand. I can't really blame the seller for that because they very much disclose that, but I really wish it was working better in higher end games because something is going on here that's a little bit weird, but it is at least usable in the more budget games that you would play on like a controller or older games you'd play on keyboard and mouse. So I'm going to dive into this a little bit more, and if we just go back to benchmarking, we'll explain exactly what I learned along the way. All right, guys, so I think I fixed the issue. What I ended up doing was I was thinking there are a lot of people who use overclocks and undervolting on this little BC250 to try to get more performance out of it, and based on the overlay I was seeing, it looked like our GPU was overclocked. I have no idea how to revert that. There may be a way to revert it, but I couldn't find anything online that was very easy. So I decided to swap out the SSD with another SSD. So I didn't get rid of all the games already downloaded, all the effort of the seller for getting that all set up. Because I know that the overclocking is normally done on the software level. I reinstalled Bazzite on a new SSD. I am now re-downloading games because when I did that, everything worked fine. I was actually able to run Cyberpunk, it didn't crash. My clock speed on the GPU is running at like 1500 megahertz as opposed to 2000, which is what it was hitting when it crashed. I'm assuming the overclock the seller put on this thing was unstable, so because of that, I decided to just run the stock speeds with obviously the BIOS mod still enabled, so we're getting more performance, but I think I got it working good now, and we're gonna dive into those benchmarks with all the games we were gonna play that should run just fine. We'll see how it works though.
All right, guys, we are finally gaming. We're in Arc Raiders, and currently, let's go to these settings here. We are running 1920 by 1080 with FSR set to performance, max FOVs, no ray tracing, medium preset, and yeah, I know Matt updated you guys a lot along the way. Obviously, it seems like the end-all be-all was just a fresh install fixed our issue. That doesn't mean that if you buy the same thing, you're gonna have any issues at all. We may have just gotten unlucky.
Yeah, and we are pretty confident the seller did some sort of overclock. I reached out to them to basically give me some sort of update, just asking if they did do that. The real reason is there's probably people in the comments who have messed with these before who are probably like, well, I know how you could revert that overclock really easily, just do this. That is something you definitely do. I am noticing it's not like, I don't know if it's the rain effect or what, but it kind of looks like almost like a little artifacty off in the distance, or is that just the rain on lower settings, I'm thinking?
I don't know, I haven't really seen it rain a lot in this game. Kind of one of the random weather effects. But yeah, it is funny. Sometimes you see like random like grid lines too.
Which doesn't surprise me with something like this. It is a very cool thing that the community was able to make happen, but it is definitely a slapped together piece of tech. It's not going to be very polished in every game.
Yeah, and that's almost look at it like an art card, but even worse basically, where it's like, there may be some use cases that are like amazing for it, you know what I mean? And there may also be some that like just literally won't launch. And the good news is the end all be all is the eBay seller who actually sells this. He doesn't advertise it as like, this is a great game machine for everything. It's like, hey, this is a tinker's device that I decided to, sell. These guys are screwed. Yeah. I'm bringing bots their way.
Definitely no ill will towards the seller with this. The only thing I would suggest the seller do is maybe if there was an overclock, don't apply that on the final version, yeah. just to help people out a little bit, or at least to mention that you did that in a way to revert it, because this being a very new Tinker's device, there's not a lot of documentation out there that shows you how to fix things that people are already implementing.
Another thing you could do is even if you have like a little YouTube channel, either link it, or if eBay doesn't let you link it, just say like your channel name, be like, hey, if you want more info on like about how these work and how to mess with overclocking, go to here.
Get him, get him. This guy's like,
get
get me out of here. Yeah, I think you did. It's just really slow.
It's very slow today. And I'll tell you what, these raiders aren't in a hurry to get out of here. This hellhole.
Yeah, baby. Oh, it's in the tree.
In the tree. Let me in.
Get in there, boy.
Bing, bing. Okay, so pretty safe to say, we probably got an average of about, I'd say like 35 FPS, but we had upwards of like, high 50s at points. Definitely playable. You could go low settings too. You could lower the res more. You could do more or less upscaling. There's a lot of options, but hey, it worked, which is cool.
All right, guys, we are now in Cyberpunk, which is one of those games I showed you at the beginning, which was crashing every single time. It is now working. Yay!
Whoa.
That's aggressive advertising right there. Anyways, we're running the following settings. Currently running 1080p on the Steam Deck preset, which is what it defaulted to, which actually has some higher details, surprisingly. But it's
funny.
optimized settings for Steam Deck, so I will mess with some of the settings here in a bit. Maybe go to like low settings like normal and see if that helps at all. But FSR set to balanced, and we're getting about 50 FPS. It doesn't look horrible either. It is just, even like getting 50 to 45 FPS on this thing in these demanding games just really is kind of a marvel based on what this thing was. It was just destined for e-waste and not be used because it was for GPU mining, but now people actually made it to where you can game on it, and there are more videos on people unlocking even more of this thing to get the full compute power. Because right now we're not even getting the full compute power with the current mod, but the one that's out now, you can get even more out of it. But I'll be totally honest, with all the time I spent on this already, not doing that for this video. If you want to see a YouTube short on it, let us know in the comments down below. This is running fine, like not too shabby for what we did. You could build this yourself for cheaper, obviously, but not that much cheaper. We did a whole price breakdown when we unboxed it, especially with the case and the amount of time designing this case. That looks really cool. Let's try low settings here. We have frame generation too.
You want, I think FX is set to auto.
I would have set to auto. Let's do balanced, and we'll run lower settings. So we'll check that again, low settings with Fidelity FX set to balance. And it looks like we're probably CPU bound because we're not really getting much of a difference. We're actually getting...
But look how much of our CPU or GPU we're using, 655%.
To be fair, also, we just swapped from that Steam Deck profile to the main profile, which honestly might be a little more demanding. So we might want to do the Steam Deck profile. Let's go to Steam Deck, because it totally changes a lot of the settings that you have here. And let's just lower some of these settings, see what we can end up with here. I just kind of want to see a smooth 60. I feel like it's capable, but it's just not there just yet. They're really making me do all this. My goodness, there are a lot of settings. Medium, low, run that. No, you can actually get FrameGen on this, but I don't really want to cheat with FrameGen just yet. I will try FrameGen though. It's just still hanging around that 40 to 50 range. That's exactly where it wants to hang out.
This is like one of those devices where the settings almost just like, once they're already low, it's like it doesn't matter if you lower stuff more.
It is what it is, so I'm breaking it with FrameGen. Can we make this work? Oh, I have to restart for FrameGen? It's not worth it.
Ooh.
It's not worth it. Yeah, 30 to 40 FPS. This is probably as good as you're gonna get in this current configuration, but it's running Cyberpunk. Let's go ahead and try some games that honestly make a lot more sense for this device, some more indie couch games, and we're gonna do the mouse PI game. That sounds fun.
We're running 1920 by 1080p. We got kind of like a medium to max FOV, medium overall it looks like.
Yep.
And we could go high settings, it looks like just fine, but I think running a game, you know, and getting high FPS is fun because we haven't really done that just yet.
Now, I was wandering around here. I don't even know where we're supposed to go after this.
Like if there's any enemies left.
Yes, but anywho, you're able to see it run at least. Let's see if you can find...
Going in the tank. I remember I got a key out of here.
You got a key out of there, and then the objective says leave the theater. But yeah, for the price, I think this makes sense as a little living room setup, especially when you have a cool 3D printed box like this.
Can I just like break through this maybe? No.
Where do we go?
Oh, I'm going in
We're
circles.
so confused. Let's see, there was like a keybind for like directions in this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where it's like a little guide.
Oh, I see. Right here.
Ah.
What is this?
Oh.
Door.
Door.
Exit. Let's bounce. Let's get out of here.
Let's bounce on it.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
You think you're gonna shoot at me? I'm getting freaking 80 FPS. You can't shoot me.
I got the big guns.
Dude, I can freaking... Oh my god, you can dash? I don't know what it is about controller. It like makes me dizzy.
Does it make you dizzy?
Yeah. Too linear. Always nice to have this in games.
This is called the Boomer. I haven't played this game in like 2 months. I don't know where I am. Help me. Opens from other side.
Ooh, parkour?
Damn shinglers and their explosive barrels.
You know what to do. That's just the basic games.
Oh, goodness.
Oh
Is
no!
that
Goofy!
Goofy!
Oh, you're dead, Goofy!
Yeah, I mean, this run's pretty good. Go ahead and hit a save and
Try something else.
let's try something else.
Oh, whoa!
Oh God!
They made her bald!
Oh Lord!
So here's Pragmata, by the way. I'm going to load in, but I wanted to start here because, well, first of all, that character's not supposed to be bald. Secondly, let's see what settings it's going to default to. The funny thing is the frame rate's actually decent right now, but things are just kind of buggy. Frame generation FSR is on. Maybe that could be one reason why it's buggy out, but we're just going to leave it. Low global illumination. and we're running pretty low details, but once you load in, so I'm gonna hit continue, you'll see what happens. It looks like it wants to work, and then it'll lock up, but let's just see if that continues.
Was Mini supposed to have like the artifacting, or is that normal?
No, that broke.
I was wondering.
Because it's gonna be, oh yeah.
Oh.
See, look, the FPS, oh look, and then it goes away.
Look, your hair loaded in too.
There's just this weird burst of artifacting. The fact that it's actually running right now is just kind of insane.
Yeah, it's running good.
But then that. So this is further than I got. So I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna run my way into. Let's do this spot again. I'm just gonna go to this spot and see. Oh, she's bald. She's bald again.
We have nothing against bald people.
I do love that that's just the one thing that it's doing. It's artifacting and taking away her hair. I will say the input lag is not great because of, I'm wondering what this looks like on the capture card. It actually looks like this.
Probably.
I hope it does, because it's not great. This definitely, look at the hair getting stuck right there. That's insane.
It's like a picture.
It's just a picture. Oh man, I'm trying to remember where to go. I'm like getting blinded by this. I think I go this way. I'm not here. Oh, I need these though, actually. I'll take that.
If your gaming PC ever does this, just know your graphics card's going bad.
But if you're using an ARC BC250, just know your game just isn't compatible for whatever reason. I don't remember where to go here, but it's not a playable experience. Oh!
Is this the crash?
Oh, no. It didn't crash.
Loading into a new area.
It's deciding to be very nice to me right now, surprisingly. I'm honestly surprised it's getting this frame rate, because like the other games we've been testing, I know Pragmata is pretty well optimized, but like, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say playable.
I got the artifacting moved to the bottom.
I wouldn't say playable. You know what, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna turn off, let's see, did I hit save?
Is ray tracing off too?
So, global illumination's on the low, it's as low as it can go. Upscaling tag is currently off, but frame gen's on. I'm gonna turn that off. It's running medium settings, everything on lowest. Besides this anti-aliasing I can turn off. Let's see. Yeah, it's just, this game's just borked. It don't like the BC250, but you see the potential? The FPS is definitely there to run this game, but there's just some weird bugs that maybe could get ironed out by the people working on this. Who knows? But I just wanted to show you guys this demo of a game that runs well on paper, but this isn't running properly. There's one more game we have to play. It's TF2.
All right, guys, we're in the most iconic game of all time, Team Fortress 2, and I also think this is gonna be the most FPS we get in any game either.
Yep.
We're not running like super high settings, kind of just middle of the ground, 1080p. There you go. But obviously it's an older game, came out in like 2007, but if you max out this game, I'll say, it can still get pretty demanding, especially if you're running like higher res. So this might be the one game you could run at 1440p.
Hell yeah. And yeah, this is the one kind of game, obviously, old Valve games should run just fine on this. You'll get shot in the head immediately. That guy's on the sus list. I don't know, man. I don't know.
We don't know about that. You know, this game had a problem with cheaters at one point.
And also the fact that you're out in the battlefield now, it's down to 60, really shows just the fluctuation in this game.
Yeah, this is one of those games where the action really gets to the PC, but not the BC250.
Yeah. Oh, but that heavy's gonna get
Charged heavy. He's Ubered, and he's full heals.
He's full. His balls are full.
I don't know what to do. Oh, I got a hit marker. Oh, don't look at me. Don't look at me. No.
Oh. No.
Don't turn and look at me. Oh God. Oh, all right. Well,
TF2.
I don't think I'm gonna get my kill, and that's okay. The game though ran really well, and there's all kinds of other games like this that are older or just like indie titles that don't take a lot to run. So at this point, we've tested out a lot of games, guys.
It's a bit of an adventure to get here, but we think this thing is still pretty cool knowing what we bought. Let's go and wrap this video up.
So it's quite a journey to get to the point of actually gaming on our Steam machine because, of course, we had some problems, but once we got a fresh install or just a new SSD with a fresh install in our case, it worked just fine, and I doubt that the seller really knew that this was going to happen. I think we just got unlucky.
And based on the games they mentioned in the description that they played, I don't really think they pushed this thing to its absolute limits to where it would have the issue that we were replicating in games like Cyberpunk and Arc Raiders. So they really didn't know that they're overclocked, which we suspect they did. I'll jump back in the future if it ends up being something different or we get an update from the seller. Hey guys, Future Matt here. The eBay seller did reply and added more context on what's going on with this Steam machine because there is a bit of a modification done, but it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. So the seller did say that they did not overclock the device, but they did install a governor, or basically a overall program that would control this device to make sure it gets its maximum speed, using the guide on pocketadventures.com, which I've not heard of before, but apparently is somebody who sells these Steam machines, very similar to this one, and provides a bunch of guides and documentation on how you can make your own, which makes more sense on how this was all designed. There is a complete case 3D model that they could buy, which does add a lot of context to what the seller is doing. They're basically taking this design, creating their own, and selling them on eBay. And through here, you can see some of the custom BIOS options that they do offer. Here's the different BIOS ROMs you can download directly from them, or if you want to see how to set things up, if you scroll down here, there is one called installing a GPU governor, which basically allows this BC250 to boost all the way up to 2000 megahertz, but also does some undervolting. So that is most likely where the instability came from, and why we were having the issues is because of this being installed. And when we installed a new version of Bazzite, it got rid of that modification altogether. Still unfortunate that the seller did ship it with this because it wasn't 100% stable, but it is something you can try, and I will say these guides look pretty good. It's something that you can use at home if you do buy one of these or build one yourself, to where you can get all this stuff put together. And maybe even based on what I'm seeing here, if we go back to BC250, here is the complete 3D model case you can get through Bamboo Studio. Like, it is here ready to go, so you can just print this yourself if you wanted to, which honestly, kind of cool that this guy is actually doing this, and adds a little more context on what this eBay seller is putting together. But all in all, now that we got it working, it's still really cool. The BC250 is a really cool piece of tech that was destined to just be in landfills that can now be used for gaming, and people in the community are making really cool mods like this. And if you want to support this guy and actually buy one from him, because I know they have more available, check the link down below. It's an affiliate link and it will help us out. Let us know what you think of this Steam machine in 2026. Are you considering buying one with a BC250?
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Check out PCBros.tech. We do often sell stuff like this from the videos, and we also have normal gaming PCs as well.
PCBros.tech, whether you want a budget gaming PC or a really high-end build that we can actually plan through our build consultation service, we got you covered in any way you want. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% of your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.